Hello, welcome to the Charterstone Times, the only official podcast detailing the goings-on of the Charterstone apartment complex. Hello everybody, and welcome once again to the Charterstone Times. Today is Sunday, July 14th, 2024. It is a lovely day here in Santa Royale, California, and we hope that you have a great end to your weekend. Before we begin, I would like to share some words of wisdom from an amazing person. Thomas Tusser once said, "Seek home for rest, for home is best." Yes, Thomas Tusser, born 1524, died May 3rd, 1580, was an English poet and farmer, best known for his instructional poem, 500 Points of Good Husbandry, an expanded version of his original title, 100 Good Points of Husbandry, first published in 1557. Tusser believed that the garden was the domain of the housewife, and the 1562 text expands on this theme. Scholars also consider it text of interest for its defense of enclosures, and was one of the best-selling poetry books of the Elizabethan age. Yes, Thomas Tusser, clearly ahead of his time in thinking women were only good for staying at home. Now let's check in with the Charterstone apartment complex. We find ourselves again looking at the Weston residence. "How was your flight?" someone asks from inside. Dawn replies, "Uneventful. Unlike my stay with Mother." The laugh track cues in. Wilbur and Dawn continue to catch up after her time in Connecticut. Dawn simply says, "When Mother asked me to leave before we planned, I was devastated. But I realized we didn't agree on a lot of things. Food, politics, men, money, almost everything." Dawn, if you will remember, is a college student who lives with her dad. I'm unclear exactly how much money she would have to have a disagreement with her mother about, given her mother is rather wealthy and still manages to pay off Wilbur's house for him. Wilbur simply says, "I'm sorry to hear that, Dawn. I didn't have a great time while you were away either, and I needed friends to help pick me up." "I want you to know that I'm always here for you," Wilbur lies. "Thanks, Dad. Let's do something fun this weekend," Dawn replies, going for a high five. Wilbur connects his hand, the only human connection that he has had in many, many weeks, and says, "Sounds like a plan." We here at the Charterstone Times would simply like to remind you that Dawn tried to call Wilbur multiple times when his fish died, and he simply ignored the cell phone call so he could watch TV on the couch. Anyways, we hope you don't do that this weekend. Have a good Sunday. That's all for today's edition of the Charterstone Times. Thank you again, as always, for listening, and I hope you will tune in tomorrow to see what else happens in the exciting world of the Charterstone Apartments and Mary Worth.